It does not matter what you're going through. It does not matter what you've been through. You can make a change and you just need to take one small step.
Welcome, Traci, to the There She Goes podcast. I'm so excited to have you here today.
So excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I can't believe that you nudged me and said, "Hey, can I be on this podcast?" before the podcast even existed. So, thank you for wanting to be here and for trusting the vision of There She Goes before it took a life of its own.
I mean, I'm a fan of yours and I've got to know you over the past year and I just love everything about you. So there was no doubt in my mind.
Thank you. So Traci, I just quickly wanted to introduce you to the audience and then talk a little bit about how we met and then get into your story. So
Sure.
Traci is the founder of One Small Step Walks, a movement for women who choose growth on purpose. She is a wellness leader, community builder, and passionate advocate for intentional living. You're known for turning personal challenges into momentum and helping women take one small step at a time toward who they are becoming. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear a little bit more about exactly what you just said, which is turning your personal challenges into momentum. So we met, as you mentioned, we actually met a year ago, a little bit over a year ago now, February 2025, at a Galentine's event. For me, that was my very first women's event, empowerment event. And my very first impression of you was you were in crutches. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was all about. And I know that that's a huge part of your journey because just a few months later, you dunked into the freezing waters of Antarctica during a cruise, which I got to see on your social media. So just talk to me a little bit about that. What got you to that point? And yeah, just your overall health journey that looks like.
Going to that event was kind of crazy because I had no idea what I was going to. My friend Erin was like, "Hey, you want to come to this thing with me?" And I actually had a free weekend, so I jumped in the car because I couldn't drive at the time. Like you said, I was on crutches. And we went. I had no expectations, and it ended up being one of the my favorite events that I've ever been to. So yeah, so that was that event. But if we rewind a few years, um, my health journey started, I don't even know how many years ago now, like 7, 8-ish, let's say. Um, and I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't treating my body well. I wasn't moving my body. And I got diagnosed with an autoimmune. And I had no idea what it was. Everybody kept saying I needed to change the way I ate, and I was refusing to do that. So it took me 2 years before I even like took the first step. And once I finally changed the way that I ate, it was like the skies had parted. And I didn't realize how accustomed to not feeling good I was. I just I just felt like crap all the time. And so I realized that it doesn't matter what you've been through, it doesn't matter what you're going through or how old you are. Your body is not designed to feel bad. I mean, I've been through like so many traumas and just had my 41st birthday and so many different things. And if I properly fuel my body and move my body, there's like nothing that comes my way that I can't conquer in a nutshell.
Yeah. What for you, what does it look like to fuel your body, to nourish your body correctly, to move, to incorporate movement? What does that look like for you?
Well, so it was a journey trying to figure that out because everyone's body is different. And I found for my body that gluten and dairy do not agree with me. And at the time, that's all I was eating. Grilled cheese, quesadillas, pizza, like,
The best.
yeah, right? And I'm not saying like everyone needs to avoid those things. They're definitely delicious, but maybe not for every meal every single day.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. And so once I started avoiding those things and just watching what I ate in the way of ingredients, I'm really big on the less ingredients, the better. Eating fresh food, um, and everything that has to do with my journey, whether it's movement or food, it's progress over perfection. No one's going to be perfect, and you don't want to be perfect. You're going to have some falls, you're going to have some ups, you're going to have some downs. It's when you move away from those things, like if you have a quote unquote bad meal, your whole day and your whole journey is not over. Move on, make a better choice next time. Also, you don't want to deprive yourself of anything. So there's a balance.
Restriction, yeah, the restriction, I think word came out when you said deprive yourself of anything. That's a hard balance of figuring out what's really working and what you really do need to cut out of your diet, right? Because it is part of how your specific body works versus not going overboard. And I
Right.
think that's something I've had to learn too. So I really resonate with that. I'm going through my own health journey. For me, what that looks like is PCOS, figuring out that I have polycystic ovarian syndrome and understanding what that all entails. So I won't get super into that, but point is, one of the many things I've tried is gluten-free, dairy-free. It seems I may or may not need to do the full gluten-free, dairy-free, but dairy has seemed to affect me more than gluten does. So it's very interesting. And I do
Mm.
encourage that, like experimenting with what does work for you and what doesn't. Um, because like you said, every body is different.
Right.
Even if you also have PCOS, that doesn't mean it's going to be the exact same journey.
Right.
So I really love what you said about, progress over perfection. And I actually heard you say this in another podcast. So I actually plan to ask you this is a perfect question is that I actually struggle myself with consistency and with discipline. And so I want to hear a little bit more about what it looks like to be consistent over being perfect and how this looks like practically for you.
Oh, so consistency has been a huge part of my journey. And it's honestly taking one step at a time. And I don't think we said
Pun
yet the name,
intended.
right? The name of my walking community is called One Small Step. And it's really because every part of my journey has just taken one small step, and you do one thing at a time, and you master that one thing, and then you add in another thing if you want to. So, like for me, I started going on walks, and that drastically changed my health. I didn't need to do CrossFit. I didn't need to be in the gym for 6 hours a day. I just started going on walks, and it was, I would start with 1 mile. And then when I felt, okay, I think I can do 2 miles. And then you just, you take those little steps. So that's what it looked like for movement. But for foods, I'm just going to use water as an example because that's something that a lot of people struggle with, myself included. Right? Cheers. Um, if you're drinking 1 cup of water a day, do 2 cups of water and do that for 7 days straight. See how you feel. If you're still struggling, just do it for another 7 days. It's just those little steps.
I love that. I think I actually heard that too. Something about, an ounce doesn't sound like a lot, but that's actually also why it's helpful because
Right.
you can do an ounce, you can do another ounce, right? So it works both ways, right?
Exactly.
To that
Exactly.
point, actually, that was another question that I wanted to ask you is so I struggle with consistency and discipline. I also struggle with exercise, but I do really like walking and I love dancing. So those are two exercises. And I say it like this because that's where the question's coming from where I really do enjoy it. However, And I'm way more likely to stick to it. Like I just bought myself a walking pad because I'm like, okay, path of least resistance. It's at home, it'll get me to do it. But for those who might be listening who don't think that walking or dancing or other forms of exercise, are quote unquote good enough or count as good exercise, how do you debunk that myth?
Well, side note first, I love that you brought up dancing because when I met you at the Galentine's event, you and your mom were dancing so much, and I was like, they are so fun. Like I just love it. And you're a good dancer, so do
Thank
it.
you.
Um, and exercise does not have to be gym, walking, like anything like that. Dancing is huge. If you're out there moving, if you have a trampoline, jump on the trampoline. I mean, that is hard. I tried to do that a few years ago and I was like, I'm not a kid anymore. Um, but honestly, it's just like the food, it's whatever will work for you, whatever you like doing. If you like doing walking, and then walk. If you like going to CrossFit, go to CrossFit. But the biggest part about everything that I've said is on those days, there's two things actually. On those days where you don't feel like it and you're tired or you're grumpy or, something is just ticking you off, do it anyway. I mean, if you're sick, you definitely need to listen to your body and rest. But if it's just like, I don't feel like it, do it anyway, because that is where growth happens. And then the other part of it is if you mess up, if you eat something that you think is not great, if you skip a week in the gym, just get up and go back. Like it's not over. Tomorrow's a new day. Just get back because those two things, that is where consistency builds and that is where growth happens.
So important. I think I'm the kind of person that I've always had this tendency for perfectionism, which is actually counterproductive to progress and to growth because it actually makes you procrastinate and well, and if it wasn't perfect, then let me just start all over maybe, next week or so it's
Exactly.
also a way to just not do it. And this podcast actually is not a movement item, but it is a way for me to learn consistency and sticking with it week after week, like you said. So there's going to be up weeks, down weeks, etc. I'm going to feel all sorts of ways, but consistency is huge. And hey, maybe my consistency in the podcast will lead to consistency in other areas of my life.
Exactly. It'll show you that you can do it.
Yeah,
After
hopefully.
Yeah, after the excitement subsides and you're like, "Oh, this feels like work now," which this never will. Um Again, that's where you gotta push through it.
Yep, agreed. So I'm curious as to what made you passionate about leading this movement, and yes, pun intended.
Well, it was a big part of my journey where I refused to move at all. I would not go on a walk. And it was actually during COVID when I moved closer to my family and there really wasn't anything else to do. And so I started walking with them and it was um like a very easy path and because I was walking with people and you're talking, it doesn't feel like you're really doing anything. But the benefits of walking go beyond exercise and just beyond physical movement because it's so good for your brain, it's good for your heart, it's good for your lungs. Getting out there, getting the sunshine if you live in Southern California. Um, um, and it just can be so beneficial. So I wanted to create a space where other people even if they have people to walk with, maybe this will motivate them one day. Or we also go walking on the beach, so it's a great view and you're talking, so it doesn't feel like you're doing anything, but you're really helping your health and your body. Um, so that's kind of where it all stemmed from. And I just love helping others feel their best.
I really love what this is about because I mentioned earlier, I think for me or for others, you might think, oh, well, walking is walking. It's not, how beneficial could it be or how much exercise am I really getting in? And I love that you are validating that these small steps make the big changes. And even if it's just the walking and you consistently walk, there really is so much benefits to it. So thank you for validating that. I really appreciate that myself, and I know
Of
others will too.
course.
So I'd love to hear a little bit more. Now let's dig a little bit deeper into one small step walks. I want to learn a little bit about what it looks like. How can people join in on a walk? Where are they located? I know we talked about SoCal, so yes, only here can you walk in February and March on the beach, right?
Yes.
But so I'd love to hear a little bit more about it and how people can plug in.
Of course. So I'm located in Orange County. So at this time, I have one monthly walk. It's the first Saturday of every month, and the location is different every single time. So you get a new view. It starts at 9 o'clock and you're out by 10:15, 10:30. So you get in, you have a great time, and then you can go and do whatever you need to do. It doesn't take up your whole day. Um, and every walk I post about on my Instagram, it's at One Small Step Walks. Walks is plural, no spaces. So I'll post the location and any information needed on my walk, and as well as the registration. It's on Eventbrite. At this time, it's on Eventbrite. And so you just sign up and show up, go on a walk, and then go about your day.
How fun. And it's completely free?
Completely free.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm sure that I can't wait. I haven't gone on a walk myself, but I did see your March walk, and that's a little bit closer to me. So I'm also in
A
Southern California, but we're a little bit, maybe a little bit of a drive away.
little
But I
bit.
really want to make it out. First Saturday of every month, right?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. So I would love to hear a little bit too more about what it looks like to be on these walks. Like, tell me what these walks have been like. You actually mentioned, and this is, I think, important, is rain or shine. So I do love that you mentioned that it actually rained on your very first walk. So it actually rained on New Year's Day here in Southern California. It rained on New Year's Day, and it actually set the tone for the rest of the year. I actually made a whole video about how my husband and I debated whether or not we should go out like we planned because the event we were going to was outdoors. And we did, and we ended up dancing in the rain with our umbrellas, right? So I already took that for this year of this year is going to be all about dancing in the rain. Like, what do we do when it rains? We grab an umbrella. So it rained on your first walk. Tell me about it. Tell me how it went. And what does it look like to show up consistently, rain or shine?
That was crazy. So I never think about rain. I'm like, I'm in Southern California. It rains like 4 days a year. And so I planned the walk. Coming up to the walk, everybody's like, like it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. And I'm like, no, you're crazy. It's not gonna rain on my walking day. So I'm watching the weather like every hour it's changing. And in the morning I check it, it's clear. So I give the all let's go. We all show up. Right when I show up, it starts sprinkling like really softly. So we show up. My friend brought her two kids, and we had a really good turnout. We're walking. We walked at a park this time, and it starts raining, and then it starts raining harder, And then it starts raining even harder. We were soaked. At one point in the middle of the walk, we took cover to wait it out, and people were like jumping in the puddles. I mean, everybody was such a good sport. I felt so bad because everybody was soaking wet. We didn't have umbrellas. Like it was, but that's kind of my style is you just show up because we didn't die. And we had a great time. And now we'll look back on that and laugh and think, oh my God, we all walked in the pouring down rain. And what a first walk for one small step walks.
Seriously.
It was
Seriously.
crazy.
And I think you said there were even kids there too, right? So full families,
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, they loved it.
That's what's so fun. I love that you're also validating the whole consistency over perfection. And you
Yes.
probably had this vision. We live in Southern California. It never rains. So how could you have
Hmm.
expected your very first day to rain? But you sounds like you made the most of it. It sounds like it was very fun. And if anything, I actually think people took away more because they got to go on a walk in the rain than had it been a regular day.
Yeah, absolutely. You're so right. Um and like you were mentioning, like, yeah, my friend brought her kids, so it's for everybody. It's men are welcome. They haven't come yet, but it's it's very inclusive for all fitness levels, whether you're just starting out, you'll be okay walking with us, or if you're training for a marathon, this will be like a little stroll out for you. Um, but I wanted to make it so that everyone was included and it was just an inclusive atmosphere. Um, just being there, people that you would never have imagined connect with each other. They make business connections, they make friendships, and it's just so fun when we're there to move our bodies. You get so much more out of it.
Yeah. I love that you said that. That was actually going to be another question is that beyond the walking, right? Beyond
Mhm.
one small step walks, it's not just a movement, it is actually a community. And
Mhm.
so I think what you just mentioned is validating that you don't just go on the walk. And yes, of course, you get the benefits in and of itself of walking, but you're not walking alone, you're walking with others. So, what does that community aspect feel and look like for one small step walks?
Yeah, I mean, it's very positive environment. We there's people that come that have injuries, and everybody is just so supportive of each other. Yeah, children come and they can keep up and almost we're slowing them down. Um, but it's really fun. It's very low key. Wear whatever you want to wear, whatever you're comfortable in. Um, and you come, you have a good time, and you get the health benefits of it.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, so for those of you listening, I did mention that the walks are completely free. However, if you are, especially if you're like a health or wellness type of brand and you are inspired by this story and would love to sponsor one of these walks, Tracy does offer sponsorship packages and she graciously has offered our There She Goes listeners 10% off of those sponsored packages if you mention the podcast. So make sure to check out the details in the show notes. It'll also be on the episode newsletter. So if you want to take this one step further, pun intended, that's one way that you could do that. Tracy, did you have anything to say about your sponsorship packages or what that might look like?
Yeah, so the sponsors, they are just for any business really who is looking for visibility, looking for to get their product out there, their service out there. You contact me. I have all different types of options. I've never offered a discount code, so this is a first. So just mention this podcast when you reach out to me, and you'll get 10% off the monetary options. You get visibility on my Instagram, then at the walk. We can do, we can either highlight your service, or if you have a sample that you want to give out to all the walkers, I'll do swag bags for everybody. Um, and just a couple of examples of what I've done. I've had some trail mix that someone has made from scratch to give to me. I've had therapists give me discount codes. We at one of the recent walks we did like a 10-minute stretch because someone has like a stretching and gym facility. And so I mean the options are really endless. It's however you want to highlight your business, and you get extra visibility, and then the walkers get something out of it too.
Amazing. Look at that. Another perk of going on these walks, you guys. You're going to want to go on this walk, get your swag bags, get your stretches
These walks
in.
will change your life.
And you never know who you're going to meet along the way, too. Like you said, hey, you
Exactly.
even said that some people have made business connections. That's really cool. And then actually
Yeah,
unexpected because that's not something, that's what you expect when you're going on these walks. And that's the beauty of community.
right. Yeah, no, I didn't even realize it, but like as I'm walking, I hear people behind me or in front of me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, we'll connect tomorrow." And I'm like, "Cool."
How cool. That happened because of you. And you got to you got to pay it forward that way. I love that.
Yeah,
It's growing beyond even what you might have expected it to
it really has.
do.
It really,
So
really has.
I want to talk a little bit about you as a person and get a little fun, talk a little bit about your interests, because let's start with the roping it back to the beginning. I mentioned that you were in crutches and yet you were over here dunking into the freezing waters of Antarctica. So just tell me about what made you want to go to Antarctica in the first place. It's not necessarily everyone's, first travel location or bucket list item.
Really?
And I feel like, well, some, yes, but I think it really speaks to your sense of adventure. So tell me a little bit about that, why you chose it. Yeah, and what that was
Um,
like.
why I chose it, I don't even know. It was to celebrate my 40th birthday. I wanted to do something
Oh,
epic. And I mean, Antarctica seems pretty epic to me.
wow.
Only, I think like 1% of the population or less than that get to go down there. And it's like no other place in the entire world. It's completely like there's no developments, like there's not even like bathrooms out there. Like so when you leave the cruise ship, I was on a cruise ship, you're only out there for like an hour or so, and you're going on a hike or whatever it is that they have set up for you, and it's pretty crazy. But yeah, part of that was a polar plunge. And like you said, I was on crutches, and that was not planned. I had planned this trip like a year and a half in advance, and the I had surgery on my leg in December, and the cruise was in March. And it was pretty extensive surgery on my leg, so I couldn't walk on it and I couldn't drive. But my doctor cleared me to jump in the freezing cold waters of Antarctica. So when I was going to do it, I had to go downstairs. And so I had amazing crew members of the cruise ship help me down the stairs. And they're like asking me questions like, can you swim and can you walk? And it didn't matter what they asked me, I said yes because I wanted to do
I'm
it.
gonna go on this plunge.
Don't recommend that. Please don't follow my lead on that. I mean, I was fine. I was fine, but um then you jump in, and there's people at all angles to make sure you're safe. I was worried about sharks, but there are no sharks in Antarctica unless they get lost.
Oh, sharks is no. I'm super
Yeah.
terrified.
But I mean, it's fine. Then you get out. Then if you want, the ship gives you a shot of alcohol to warm you up. I just had like some hot drink, ran to my room, took a hot shower, and I was fine. And I was like, I just did that.
You just
It's
did that.
vacation
How long was
Tracy
it?
is a crazy person. Um, the entire trip was 11, no, was 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So you go in and out of Buenos Aires, Argentina,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you fly from Argentina down to the very tip bottom of Argentina called Ushuaia,
Okay.
and that is where all the Antarctica cruises leave from because it's like the lowest point. Um, and then I was on a cruise for 11 days and then came back.
Oh my gosh.
So
And I know you said you only had an hour to actually get off the boat and do whatever you needed to do in Antarctica. Did you, how long itself was the plunge? Was it like 30 seconds? Was it a minute? How?
So it's funny that you asked that because I had someone video it for me. And I was looking at the video and I was texting my sister afterwards and she wanted me to send it to her and I was like, I have to edit it. It's too long. I like thought it was 10 minutes long of me walking down the stairs and like jumping in the water and then jumping out. The entire thing from walking down the stairs to getting back up the stairs was a minute and a half.
Oh my God. And it
So I
felt
was
like the
in the water
longest
for
minute and
like
a half.
I was in the water for like 5 seconds max.
Oh. Did it feel like a bunch of needles all over your body, or what did it feel like?
No, so it just felt very, 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 very cold, but it did not hurt. Um,
Oh wow,
I
okay.
think I think I might have gone into a tiny bit of shock because my brain stopped working because I had to climb a ladder to get out, and I like didn't know how to do that. I was like, help, help. And so then they came to help
Wait,
me.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. But even then, it was still only a minute and a half.
No, that's still super adventurous. Do you ever do cold plunges, or have you ever done a cold plunge before that though?
I actually love cold plunges, and I
Okay.
know sometimes they get a bad rap with women and with doing them at certain times, but to me, I get so many like endorphins from doing it. And it's also kind of like I have this mindset now that I'm like it's a challenge and I'm gonna win. And I mean I'm only in it for like 2 3 minutes max. um but I actually love it. I know
Okay.
I'm insane, so there's that too.
No, well, I mean, that's why I was asking, because I'm like, well, you said it didn't hurt, and but it's like someone that might want to do it and has never done a cold plunge, it might hurt. So I think it might be because your body, maybe, who knows, is maybe more accustomed to the extreme like changes in temperature.
Well, so everybody that was there, it didn't hurt them either, but something a very important piece of this is we were in bathing suits. You were
Hmm.
not in a wetsuit or anything that like everybody would expect, except for me, on top of my bathing suit was an aerial onesie because they take pictures of you. And so now I'm in this big old aerial onesie and it was a fun time.
How fun. Yeah, I mean, it looked fun, and look, what an epic 40th birthday. You did achieve
Yeah.
what you were looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. It was anyone that is even remotely considering going there, I would absolutely go. I don't think it would be fun to do with kids or as a kid. So maybe don't bring the kids or wait until they're older. Um, but if you're ever even thinking about it, just do it. It's so awesome.
You get to say you're like that 1% of the population that got to go to
Yeah.
Antarctica. So
Yeah.
how fun. Well, going to something a little more mainstream than Antarctica, I am super curious about your music tastes, because you and I also connected. So yes, we met at the Galentine's event. Yes, like we were, following each other on socials. But I think, I don't know what it was, at least it was for me. It like really sparked when we both found out we were at the Jonas Brothers concert last year.
Yes.
We're like, "You're a Joe Bro fan? You're a Joe Bro fan?" And both of us, like, I feel like both of us were like, we weren't, but now we are. So talk to me about that.
There was something that happened at that concert to both of us. I don't know what it was. There was like something in the water, but I was like, they're okay. I enjoy their music, but after that concert, I am like Mrs. Joe Bro. Like
All
I
in.
can't get enough and just love their music, their whatever they're doing. And so, yeah, I love boy bands though. And so that it kind of tracks.
Okay. What other boy bands did you like before like Joe Bros?
Well, NSYNC will always be number one. Hashtag millennial. Uh, and then, of course, there's Backstreet Boys that I learned to love because NSYNC is still not back together yet, but they will be. They will be, okay?
Okay.
So NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. There was like back in the day a little bit of O Town and 98 Degrees and a few other ones. But those are the big ones. And now Jonas Brothers is right up there.
That is so funny. Like you said, I don't know what it was. We drank the Kool-Aid, you guys. Nick, Joe, Kevin, there's something about your rebrand. I don't know, but you did it, boys. I did like
You
the
are
Jonas
doing
Brothers.
it.
I liked them growing up because I'm a big Disney fan, which was the last question I wanted to ask you is about Disney too. So I mean, it's not like I wasn't a fan. It just was like, oh, amongst every other Disney Channel or Disney Star, and now they've kind of rebranded. I guess I would say outside of Disney, which so that was really fun to see. It's like, oh, okay, who are they like as adults? And yeah, it just we happened to go to that same exact concert, and both of us just like star struck like never
Yes.
before.
Yes. Yeah, they've grown up also and they grew up quite nicely. So
Yes, they did. Was it like they aged well, like final? Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Yes.
So you are also an Orange County girl. So we talked about this. We showed these earlier. These are my little Concha Disney ears. I'm like, what? LA Dodgers over here, and
Oh
me
yeah.
wearing my sweetbread conchas representing my Mexican American heritage here. But we also really connected. We talked about Joe Bros, but we connected over Disney too. It's just, I'm a big Disney fan and I'm a SoCal girl. So I grew up with Disneyland. And legitimately, this is for me one of those things where I don't love exercise, but all of a sudden I'm at Disney and I walk 20,000 steps. Like, explain to me that. I'll go to Europe and I'll walk 20,000 steps. So, yeah, talk to me about Disney, how that impacted you too, like throughout your life growing up, and then what that looks like for from an exercise perspective. Oh, and will we ever be able to see a one small steps walk in Disney?
That is a
Did I
great
just come up with
idea.
something?
That
I'm
is a
like, did I
great
just do
idea.
something?
So I have actually done walks within by myself within Disneyland because, in the middle of my health journey, I did 75 hard. And so
Okay.
I was a pass holder, and so I would go to Disney and I'd tell my friends, "Hey, I'll be back in 45 minutes. I'm just gonna go walk around." And when you're
Wow.
trying to go on a walk, Disneyland is surprisingly small. And so
Really?
yes, like only when you're on a walk. Any other
Yeah.
time
It's like
it
far
is
it's the far
huge.
reaches of the galaxies.
Literally, it's huge, but so I would love to do a walk in Disneyland. But growing up, I did not get to go very much. Like for the
Okay.
first like 20 years of my life, I probably went a handful of times. And because I grew up in LA County, a little bit in the valley, um, and it was too far away. So I grew up going to Six Flags, which is not a comparison at all. Um,
But good for adventurous rides for sure. For those thrill rides, you get your thrill.
yeah, yeah, I cannot do those anymore. But so as an adult, once I moved down to Orange County and I'm like, I'm getting a pass. I've wanted one. And so I had one on and off. And then now I've had one for the past couple years. But I did have to take a break when I had surgery because I couldn't walk. I couldn't go. I couldn't do anything. Let me tell you, I was tired of waiting and I went to Disneyland on crutches for a couple months. That is not for the weak.
Not recommended.
Oh, do not recommend. but I'm like, I want to go, so I don't care. And it was a lot.
That's, a testament to why you should keep up with your walking and just your health journey
Exactly.
in general, like what you just said. It's so that you can, this is what it's about. It's about doing the things you like. It's about getting to go to Disney and not feeling tired. It's about, if you have kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews, being able to have enough energy to play with them. And so, yeah, I think that's a perfect segue actually to talk about why this community exists. And okay, seriously, now I'm smelling a there she goes, one small step walks like collaboration Disney walk. I don't know. I really like this idea. Boom, you heard it here first. I don't know.
Right?
So I would love to know if you had just one, if listeners could take just one main key takeaway from your conversation with me today, what would it be?
I love that question. And my answer to that is always it does not matter what you're going through, it does not matter what you've been through. You can make a change, and you just need to take one small step.
Beautiful. Please tell me you've heard the song One Step at a Time by Jordin Sparks.
I am a Jordan fan. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure I heard of it. I'm gonna go listen to it right when we're done.
That needs to be your mantra, your soundtrack. One step at a time. Do 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 do
Yes.
do 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 do
Yes.
do do. Okay, next walk, please. If I am going on this walk, I need to hear this song playing in the background.
Yes.
I can't. Like as soon as you talked about your community, my brain
I'll
gets
take a
loose.
I'll take a break from the Joe Bro songs and we'll play that song.
And it's a throwback, so it works out. The
Yeah.
throwbacks are all coming back. So,
Yes.
all right,
They
Traci.
never
Well,
left, baby.
yeah, where can people connect with you?
So on Instagram is the best place. It's one small step walks. Walks is plural and there's no spaces. That is where I post about the last walk, the next walk, and all information that you need. And that's where you can DM me if you have any questions.
Thank you so much, Traci, for your time today, for hopping on this show. I can't wait to see where your walking community takes you and where this takes us. I'm so excited. So make sure to check out Traci's One Small Step Walks community, connect with her, and make sure to take your own small steps. Till next time.